Hello everyone, I am recording in the basement today because there's people home and it's just quieter down here. So I've got workout equipment, I've got a Nerf gun over here. I mean, it's our catch-all, right? So it's my workspace for Beautiful Badass Life. It's everything. But today we are going to talk a little bit more specific about some things, and as this channel is growing and moving and shaping and all this kind of stuff, I'm going to try and have some more focused topics for each video. So today I have notes, so I will be referencing them because I tend to run off on tangents. So today we're going to talk about joy, which is actually really hard to talk about, and not just joy, but how comparison steals your joy. So I know it's kind of a deep topic where I kind of get light and fluffy sometimes, but we're going to do this damn thing, okay? So we're going to talk about how comparison steals your joy, and we're going to talk about 3 different ways to kind of help that, because Beautiful Badass Life channel, right? So we're going to be discussing how you go from blah to badass. That's the whole point, is for you to be able to use some of these strategies so that you can feel out of your blah state, out of the I know there's something more to life phase, and you'll get there, okay? It is going to take time. It does not happen overnight. I'm talking this shit's taken years because I did this with it though, so that's why. So anyway, comparison and joy. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm really fucking good at comparing things that are I used to be, comparing things that I have, don't have, or I look like, or I don't look like, to what others have. And to get into a little bit of nitty gritty with that, if you're looking at someone else and you're just like, I wish I fucking had that, that has nothing to do with them and everything to do with you. That's an internal thing, so you got some work to do there. We're just gonna call it like we see it, okay? So if you see something somebody else wants and you get a little jealous or you get a little upset because they're like, shit was handed to her. It's not. They've probably worked for it. So work on that, work on yourself, do better, okay? But let's get into these 3 things that can help you so that when you see those things or you hear those things, that comparison is not taking your joy. You are alive and breathing. You have a lot to be joyful for, a lot to be grateful for. So, and if you don't feel that way, and I understand that some days are harder than others, but if you don't feel that way, you got some internal work to do. And that's all there is to it. You're gonna have to do the damn work. You're gonna have to do some nitty gritty things. But let's talk through these 3 things. First one, I kind of touched on this last week a little bit in one of my reels, but I want you to first and foremost to sit with it. What do I mean by that? I want you to fucking sit down with paper, with audio clip that you can pull up on your phone, and I want you to sit with the fact that you have no joy, or that your joy is gone in your relationship, or that the joy of hanging out with your kids is gone. Figure out where that one spot, or freaking all of it, where's the joy gone, and then you're gonna sit with it, and you're gonna sit there and write out or talk out. I don't care if you're bitching at the beginning, you know, well, it's gone because so-and-so does this and so-and-so does that. You know, my 4-year-old isn't sleeping well, so I can't get enough sleep, so I'm just a raging bitch all day. So my 4-year-old is responsible for me not being joyful. Or that person cut me off in traffic and people are just assholes on the road, so it's their fault that I have no joy in my life. That is so fucking backwards. So backwards. Okay? You're projecting what you need onto other people and just using it. And this is not easy shit. It is not easy to go through. It is not easy to sit down and think, this is where my joy is leaving me. Why? Okay, so my 4-year-old's not sleeping, took my joy. 4-year-olds can't take your joy. I mean, they can piss you off and get on your ever-loving last nerve. I have one. But they don't take your joy. They should be your joy, right? And if they're not, then you need to do some soul searching. So, kind of one of the things that I wanted to bring up on this one is I can remember the first Christmas after my divorce was final. So, disclaimer here. I will talk about my divorce. I will never say negative things about my ex or about his abilities. We have a great co-parenting relationship, and he's there when either the kids need him or whatever. It's great. So the things I talk about were insecurities that I had and not to do with him. But anyway, so the first Christmas after my divorce, I know we're a couple weeks out from Christmas, but this shit carried on for a few weeks after Christmas. So when Christmas was rolling around, I was divorced. I was never the breadwinner in my marriage. Never. I was a school teacher, and I did it for 10 years, and if you're in the profession or anything about it, you don't make much as a teacher. So, and that was fine because there was another income, and I was taking care of the kids, right? So there was flexibility in the things I needed. But I didn't want to do Christmas that year because I knew Christmas would look different. My daughter was 9. My son was 2. He was 2. So it was going to look different. Where previously we would just have discussions and say, we want to get him this gift or we want to get her this gift, and that was the end of it. Well, now I didn't have 2 incomes. It was me. And I had to really think through what I wanted to get them for Christmas. So Christmas was going to look a lot different. And that was really hard for me to swallow because I had let the comparison of previous Christmases, where we had gotten them all the fun things, the thought of, and then hearing what other people were getting their kids for Christmas, and I was just like, Christmas fucking sucks. I hate it. I don't even want to do Christmas. And it broke my heart that I couldn't give what I needed to give, or what I thought I needed to give for Christmas. So I let all of those things take that joy away from me. In hindsight, after working through and talking through it, there was still so much joy that day. Santa came, the kids got to rip wrapping paper off, they got new things, clothes, toys, things they needed. May not have been as much, but they got new things. And you know what? They were freaking happy, and we had the best day. But I let myself get into such a negative headspace because I was comparing it to everything that I thought they needed from hearing and seeing what everybody else was doing or what we had done in the past. So I want you to sit down with your notebook, with your phone, and do an audio recording and talk about how or what is taking your joy. Talk through it. I mean, like, really talk through it. You find that one thing that's just pissing you off and you can find no joy in it. Why? Why? Are you comparing it to somebody else? Do you see freaking Sarah over there getting a promotion when you guys were on the same level, hired at the same time, doing this, that, and the other, and you're still in your same spot? So you're comparing. Why can't you be happy for her? We should be able to say, that's awesome, good for you. We don't need to live in this comparison one-up mindset, right? Okay, sit with it, do that. So you're gonna sit with it. That's the first thing you need to do. Number 2, you need to remove the joy thieves. What the fuck is that, right? Go through your damn social media. My God, everybody's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. All of the shit that's out there. If you're scrolling and somebody comes up and immediately you're like, unfollow, delete, whatever. I don't care if it's fucking family. If it's family and you're a little nervous about the unfollow or the no longer being their friend thing, you know, on Facebook, I know they have a deal where you can just unfollow them so you're still friends, but you don't see their shit. Do that. Remove it from your life. Because you're comparing. You automatically see that person and negative, just like that. No need for it. Get the negative stuff out of your space. When you're scrolling social media, it should be things, you know, that can inspire you. Or I like to watch the ones that are funny and entertaining too, right? Because you want a good laugh every now and then. Mom here, I love to lay down at night in bed when the kids are asleep and fucking nobody needs a damn thing, and I can scroll through and watch funny TikToks or funny reels or see something inspiring on my feed through Instagram. That's what it should be. If it pops up and I don't feel something for it as far as like happiness or joy, or I think, oh, that's really cool, I wish. If that thought, I wish, comes into my head, I'm like, I probably shouldn't follow this. Because if I can't have the mindset of, cool, she has that, or cool, they do that, I wonder how I can get to that point. Or, good for them, that's awesome. Then I don't need to follow that. Remove it. Remove it from your visual perspective. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Okay, so 1, you're gonna sit with it, figure it out. 2, remove it from your social media. Find those joy thieves. Doesn't mean it's on you that they're a joy thief, by the way. It's not their fault. But find those people and remove them. There you go. Said and done. So let's look at number 3. Every day. And some of y'all are gonna think I'm freaking nuts for this, because I used to think it was nuts to hear people say this. I mean, I used to think people were dumb. Just straight up idiots. Every day, you need to be writing somewhere in your phone, in a journal. I use my iPad, right? Somewhere you need to be writing things you are thankful for, things that bring you joy, and why you are so grateful to have these things in your life. But take it a step further. Don't just write it down and be like, cool, I did my gratitude writing for today. Cool, you didn't feel it. If you can't write these things out, the things that bring you joy, then you have some deeper work to do, right? So write it out, but also, let's take it a step further. Do something. Do one thing that brings you freaking joy every single day. Eventually, you will become addicted to the feeling of doing those things more than the feeling of the negative, because negative energy and habits are so addicting. So you do have to retrain your brain. It's hard work. But if you do these 3 things, it's a great fucking start, okay? So, sit with it. And then you're going to remove it from your social media. And then you are going to write it out and do something that brings you joy every day. Every fucking day. It's not a workout regimen where you get to say, oh, I'm gonna take Saturday off, or I'm gonna take Sunday off, I'm gonna do it on weekends. No, every fucking day. Okay? There's my spiel for the week. So, it was a little heavy. So my other one's been a little bit more fun, or just a little here and there. But there's my spiel. Don't forget, I'm gonna do the whole bit. Don't worry. You need to subscribe to my channel for the weekly, so you get updates or notifications when the weekly post goes up. You can find me on Instagram at beautifulbadasslife.com. Or, fuck. You can find me on Instagram at beautifulbadasslife. My website is beautifulbadasslife.com. Y'all will get it one of these days. Anyway, thank you for listening. Hit me up if you have any questions. You can message me through the website, and then I'll post some more tips and tricks and little bits here and there on Instagram throughout the week. So be sure you follow me there too. So, bye all you badasses.